before Yom Kippur, and I've asked people out there some very serious questions. I've asked my Islamic friends, what is your justification? And I know your justification. The Quran says you have to kill the kafir. And I ask you, does that make sense? Especially since, look at Ibrahim. What did he do concerning the people of Sodom and Gomorrah? The people of Sodom and Gomorrah were evil, vicious, did not believe in God, and they sodomized people who came through. They were uncharitable, selfish, indulgent, people who hated other people, and God wanted to destroy them. What did Abraham do? What did our father Ibrahim, Avraham-IBRAHIM, what did he do? He prayed for them. He tried to save them. Because Ibrahim was a true person, a person who was comfortable with his beliefs, and he believed that he could convince even the most wicked to follow God's laws. You don't have that confidence. Not only don't you have that confidence, you hate other people. And because you hate other people, you justify it by saying the Quran says it. Now the Quran actually says some horrible things. But as I mentioned before to you, you have to use your brain. The Torah says an eye for an eye, yet in practice, it was never practiced as an eye for an eye. Ideally, yeah, person takes out someone's eye, he should lose an eye too. See how it feels. But because Torah, because God is kind and compassionate, so the punishment is not to take out an eye, but to pay the value. So there is an oral interpretation which tempers the stark nature of the words. So my question to you is, why don't you look for an oral interpretation that tempers the harshness of these words? For in today's day and age, I cannot believe that Muhammad would have told you to kill people who believe in God but don't believe like you. Why should they? Because it's the truth? How do you know it's the truth? You don't know it's the truth. You never spoke to God. You don't know what God looks like. God doesn't have a form. You don't know that. I know that you don't know that. And so do you. The only reason why you do that is because somebody's egging you on to kill somebody else, because they think that that's how they win points, and they think that they will gain from it, either financially or some kind of power. Don't listen to those people. Use your brain. It cannot be taken in its literal form because it goes against the very basic teaching of Ibrahim. Ibrahim loved people, and you hate people. Ibrahim cared for people, and you want to kill people. And you think it's great to cut somebody's head off. Ibrahim enjoyed feeding people. Ibrahim enjoyed showing people the right way. You people enjoy beheadings. You people revel in people who kill others while they kill themselves. This is just hatred, jealousy. This has nothing to do with religion. This has everything to do with the most base instincts in a human being. You're a bunch of losers. You can't defeat a person in a debate, in a discussion. So what do? So you cut his head off. If you can capture him. Of course, there are billions of Christians who won't let you do that. So you know what you think you're going to do? you're going to out-baby him. You're going to go into Germany, you're going to have 4 babies on average, and they're going to have only 1.2 babies, and you're going to take over Germany. And that's what you're going to do to France, and that's what ultimately you're going to do to England. That's what you think. When your numbers become uncomfortable, there's going to be a race war. Because you're precipitating it. Because you're showing that you want to kill them and destroy them and take them over. People don't like that. They don't like to be taken over. They don't like to be destroyed. So they're going to fight you, and they're stronger than you are. But you don't want to see it. But let's be honest. You think because you have some petroleum that you have control over the world. But I got news for you. Israel has more petroleum and shale oil, at least as much as Saudi Arabia. The United States has maybe 4 times as much as Saudi Arabia. And so does Canada. The problem is that the American left doesn't allow the United States to produce more oil and to export it. But the time is coming. There'll be a Republican president sometime, and he's going to go ahead and build the pipelines. And then what's going to happen? You're going to give the petroleum to your camels to drink. It's silly. Why do you have to fight people? There's so much to be gained with love and cooperation. This world doesn't need any more killing. This world needs compassion, kindness, cooperation. Do you realize that the advances in science, technology, biology, agriculture, and even water development will allow you to live in a way that you've never dreamed of? Why do you have to kill other people? Somebody is feeding you evil. Think about it. Abraham tried to save the sinner. And you want to kill other people just because they don't believe like you, but they believe in one God. They're kind and compassionate. And you know what? When there's a sick Muslim and there's a poor Muslim, they show you kindness. And how do you repay that kindness? They take millions of Muslims into their country. And how do you, Muslims, repay that kindness? By preaching hate? By blowing up buildings and blowing up train stations? Oh, you're going to make a terror. You make terror. They're going to be afraid of you. They're going to cower from you. You can do that for individuals, but not for large governments. You're silly. This is not a way to win people's hearts. And you know it. So why do you do it? Because you have hatred in your heart. You're not the son of Abraham. You're the son of the real Shatan, the Satan. That's what you really are. But you think that you are deserving of God's grace. No, you better change before it's too late. Because the day is coming when God will appear. And God is kindness and compassion. And God hates iniquity, hates people who try to devour and destroy others. And those people who cut people's heads off, they will be forever shamed in front of God and in front of Abraham. Think about it this year. Let's change the way we deal with each other.